Kiana's Flex Appeal was recorded on location at the beautiful Westin, Maui on Kaanapali Beach.
If you can train 3 days per week, I've got the perfect total body workout for you. In today's home gym workout, we'll be starting off with a clean and press for the total body, moving on to the incline bench press for the upper chest, then some incline curls for the upper part of the bicep, then some dumbbell rows for the back, kickbacks for those triceps, side raises for the delts, and rear delt shrugs for the rear delts. Darren's starting off our total body workout with the exercise, the clean and press. Now this is fantastic for strengthening the muscles in the legs, the glutes, the back, the shoulders, the biceps, the triceps. I mean, it works the entire body with this one motion. You want to make sure and keep the feet shoulder width apart. Clean the bar up to chest level and do the shoulder press on the way up. You can really see it working here in his delts. Looking good. How's that feel?
Great.
Perfect form. Do one more. Now this is a terrific exercise to warm up with and to start off your home gym workout. Okay. Now I'm going to move on to the incline bench press. This is great for the upper chest. Do you ever do incline bench?
Yeah, it's really great for the upper pectoral muscles. And you notice Kiana's keeping her lower back close to the back of the chair and her abs tight to protect that lower back region.
That's a good point, Darren. Proper stabilization, right?
If you need a spot, you can come back here behind the triceps.
Get the complete range of motion right there. Retract the scapula as you press the weights up.
Looks great.
Feels good. What a gorgeous day out here. Okay, let's move on now to the incline curls. Now, if I had to pick one bicep exercise for you viewers at home, it would be this one. Because you're on an incline bench, you're getting the complete range of motion. So basically, you can't cheat. You're forced to use proper form. Notice Darren's going all the way down, getting the complete extension, curling up and supinating at the top, twisting that pinky in. I want you to really supinate that at the top. There you go. The word of the day, supinate. Good. You have good arms.
Thank you.
Now this is a terrific exercise because it works the long head of the bicep. Now remember, flexipelers, it's important to watch what you eat. You want to make sure and incorporate protein and feed those muscles after you train, and have a small amount of fat, and don't forget your complex carbohydrates too. Okay, should we move on?
All right.
Okay, now we've done the lower body, we've trained the chest, and we've trained the biceps. How about an exercise for the back?
Dumbbell rows.
Yeah, I love these.
You'll notice Kiana keeps her back with the natural curvature of her back, and also her abs tight to keep that stabilization. And she's retracting her scapula as she brings up. Good job.
Again, complete range of motion, holding it per beat at the top as I row those weights up to the waist level. And even though I'm moving my arms, I still have my hamstrings and glutes flexed and contracted for stabilization. You're up.
All right.
Okay, kickbacks. Kickbacks are excellent for the back of the arm or tricep area. Notice here Darren's got his elbow nice and high, keeping the upper arm in an isolated position. And the only thing moving here is the elbow. It's acting as a pivot. So we're working the muscle right back through here. If you needed a spot, I could help him out. But he's working with a pretty light weight, so he's okay. Now remember, when you're training at home, you want to train a little bit lighter for safety purposes.
Get a nice burn in there.
Good. Do 10 or 15 repetitions on the right arm and then switch to the left arm too. Now, Darren and I, we were talking earlier about the benefits of training at home. We're doing all of these exercises with free weights, so if you travel a lot and maybe a hotel that you're staying at doesn't have elaborate machines, you can get an entire total body workout in with portable equipment. Okay, should we move on?
Sure.
triceps to the delts with side raises.
Now, posture is very important on this one. You want to keep, again, the abs very tight. This exercise is great for the outer delt. You notice Kiana's got great delts here.
Oh, well, thank you.
It also accentuates a very narrow waist.
That's right. Well-developed athletic shoulders, ladies, make your waist look smaller. An optical illusion. And up.
And we can also spot Kiana under the elbows here.
Exactly. Again, form is very important. Feet slightly wider than shoulder width, a slight bend in the knee to take the strain off the lower back, tipping the thumbs down slightly at the top. Thank you for the spot.
You're welcome.
Okay, last one. Shrugs. And lift straight up, straight up. There you go. Perfect. This strengthens the muscles that tie from the neck down to the shoulders. It's called the trapezius muscle or the traps. And the reason why they're called the traps is because this is where it traps all the stress.
I don't have any of that, do I?
No stress now. Exercise will not only keep you looking young, it'll help you relieve stress too. Many think of weightlifters as inhabiting their own training world with little of what they do applicable to other athletes. But every one of today's Kiana drills are designed for weightlifters, and they're designed for you.
The split squat jump is used in the jerk portion of the lift in weightlifting. Kay and Brad jump up using the arms to help lift. They hold the split squat position, landing in that same position, and immediately repeat the jump. The plyometric principle is easily seen here. The lower body muscles are lengthened under tension and then immediately forced to contract. This builds muscular speed. Weightlifters wouldn't have to be concerned about starting a plyometric program since their muscles are trained properly. But anyone new to strength training should make sure they can handle squats, split squats, and lunges before trying any plyometric squats. Don't forget our Kiana motto, you must train to train. The multiple box-to-box squat jumps that you see Brad doing develop the power and quickness of foot movement needed by the weightlifter for competitive lifts. Brad jumps to the box, landing softly in a squat position. Maintaining this position, he jumps off the box on the other side and immediately onto another. If you want to increase your muscular endurance, increase the number of box-to-box jumps in a set, and increase the number of total sets. To avoid injury, increase your muscular endurance through resistance training prior to attempting any increase in plyometric volume. And remember, resistance exercise mirroring the plyometric drill should always come first. Darren, Kay, and Brad are showing us stadium hops, a basic plyometric exercise that should be in everyone's program. It will help in both muscular endurance and quickness of foot movement. Notice that the landings are light and quick and that they are taking at least 2 steps at a time. Each exercise should consist of at least 10 jumps. Anybody looking for increased muscular endurance can add jumps and sets. Performing the basic depth jump, Brad and Darren step from the box and land on both feet. They try to anticipate the landing so they can jump up as quickly as possible. The ground contact should be as short as possible. This is an essential aspect of plyometrics. You stretch the muscle and immediately contract to build muscle speed. This helps the weightlifter in the pulling movements of the lift. Rim jumps, in this case Darren is doing a pull jump, also develop the power needed by the weightlifter for the pulls in competitive lifts. Darren jumps continuously, reaching with alternating hands and trying to reach the pole on every jump. Notice that his time on the ground is limited. He wants each jump to be as high as the last one. If he starts to fall short, that would be a sign that it's time to end that set. While this exercise is designed to increase vertical power, it works equally well for increasing pulling power too.
Cross-training is a great way to provide your body and your mind with an off-season change of pace. If you're not training for a particular sport, you can always use cross-training as a method to add more fun and variety to your workout program. In addition to my cross-training tips, be sure and take a look at my Aquaflex and Kiana segments too. Back injuries suffered by golfers could be significantly reduced with proper oblique weight training. In addition, emphasis should be placed on the forearms and the shoulders.
Weight training can be highly effective in improving one's golf drive. Golf requires the coordinated movement of several muscles. In the trunk area, the abdominal oblique muscles are important, especially during the forward swing and acceleration phases. Bent over rows would be terrific for adding back strength. Proper form is essential on this exercise, so check out our Pro Gym segments. Greater strength and flexibility in these muscles may transfer into a faster club head velocity and greater distance on the ball. Reverse wrist curls and finger curls will strengthen the forearms and guard against elbow problems. Keep in mind that very few programs include these, so get the upper edge and do your reverse wrist curls and finger curls, a must for golfers. The military press will strengthen the shoulders girdle where both strength and stability are needed.
Plyometric exercises for golf would include trunk rotation power.
Muscle speed, which is a key component of power, cannot be developed by weight training alone. To develop lower body speed that's initiated from the ground up, try the hip twist ankle hop. There are a number of plyometric drills that could be added to a complete sport-specific program for golf driving, but this is a fantastic way for you to start. The medicine ball is the basic tool for developing upper body power. The kneeling side throw, trunk rotation, and the side throw will help develop the power and flexibility needed to transmit the force generated by the lower body to the arms and ultimately to the club head.
Lower body stretches should follow all exercises, but another way to prevent back problems is the hamstring stretch. Tight hamstrings will lead to back problems. Did you know that body mass index, or BMI, is the latest media statistic? It's used to predict the risk of individuals of several common diseases such as diabetes and heart disease. BMI is calculated by dividing the body weight in kilograms by the individual's height in meters squared. If you want to avoid figuring all of that out, multiply your weight in pounds by 705, then divide the result by your height in inches, and then divide again by your height. This is used because of the ease with which the value can be calculated. The value of the calculation is that it's roughly correlated with the percentage of body fat an individual has. The problem is that somebody who's heavily muscled with a low percentage of body fat may still have a very high BMI that indicates obesity. Additionally, endurance-trained athletes with a very low BMI would be incorrectly told that they were at increased risk for several common diseases. BMI can be a helpful tool in studying large populations of people, but remember, care should be taken in applying it to people, especially those involved in strength or endurance training. Whether you're a beginner or advanced fitness enthusiast, you can benefit from a personal trainer. A trainer can teach you proper form and a greater variety of techniques. Today, I will be playing personal trainer for Darren and Kay, showing them exercises for the shoulders, the biceps, and the triceps. It's my lucky day today because I get to play personal trainer for Kay and Darren. We're starting off our shoulder and arm workout with the seated press. Now this is fantastic for warming up the entire deltoid area. You get the complete range of motion, exhaling upon exertion as he presses that barbell up. I'd love to warm up with this exercise. Good form, Darren.
Thank you.
One more. Perfect. Good over there. Now moving on to the side head of the deltoid with side raises. Notice her knees are slightly bent to take the strain off the lower back. She's keeping a slight bend in the elbow, lifting him up just above shoulder level. If he wanted to spot her, if she needed a spot, you want to cup her elbows, cup her arms with your palms there, Darren. She won't bite you. I might.
That's not what I heard.
And help her up. Good.
I get mean when I look these ways.
So when you're training with friends, you want to learn proper spotting technique as well so you can help each other to lift to your full potential. Good. Okay, one more up. Let's go. Good, Kay. We're going to push you today.
Good, I like that.
Now here's a fantastic exercise for the rear delts. It's a modified rear delt shrug. Leaning over slightly at the waist. He's keeping the elbows tight into the body. Twisting the wrist slightly at the top to isolate the rear delts. The rear delts are difficult to work, and this helps to really focus on this body part right here. Good. When you choose your shoulder exercises, choose a wide variety so that you hit the entire deltoid area, not just the front, side, or rear, but the entire shoulder area. Good. Perfect. And last one. Good job. Now this is another fantastic exercise for the rear delts. Face forward on the incline bench, raising the weights up, holding for a beat. Remember, it's not the amount of weights you use, but how you do the exercise. This is perfect. Raising it straight up, holding, and down. Good, Kay, perfect. Excellent. This is a very difficult movement. You don't need much weight. Again, proper stabilization is important. Her lower back, glutes are tight, abs are tight to maintain stability. And one more. Great. And don't forget, flexi-peelers, when you're selecting the amount of weight to use, keep in mind that a resistance of 60% of your 1 rep max should be used. If you find that you can do 20 reps easily, you're not using enough weight and you're not getting the full benefit. Moving on now to an exercise for the arms, standing curls. Now the easy curl bar is easier on the wrists. As you can see, there's a bend in the bar. It mimics the movement when you carry things. Your palms are up. It's a much more comfortable position. Good.
I love these easy bar curls. So much easier on your wrist.
And plus, you can do more weight when you're using a barbell as opposed to a dumbbell or machines. I recommend for your viewers at home, if you're training heavier, to do the exercises you can do the most weight first when you're the freshest and have the most energy. Good, okay, let's move on to our next one. Right over here. Machine curls. When you're training in the gym, it doesn't mean you just have to use machines. You want to use free weights and machines. That way you're working the entire body, your stabilization muscles, in addition to the body parts you're focusing on. As you can see, this is a lot of fun training and talking and visiting while you work out, but you want to make sure when you're picking your training partner that you're serious, that you both have similar goals so you can push each other.
I like this one. It really stabilizes your elbows, so you can't move them like with a dumbbell. Keeps you very in the same track.
Makes you use proper form.
Definitely.
If she needed a spot, we could spot her out in front or at the arm of the machine. A little safety tip, when you're spotting on the machine, you want to make sure and keep your hands away from the cables so you don't break a nail. So you don't smash your finger.
Does that apply to me too?
Yeah. Okay, let's move on now to our next exercise right over here for the tricep. Now, Kay, what about you? Do you train with a partner usually?
I used usually train by myself just because schedule doesn't allow a partner, unfortunately. But I push myself. If you don't have a partner, you still gotta push yourself and do as much weight as you can each time.
A good variety is to train alone, sometimes with headphones. That helps you focus and really get motivated by the music, whatever works for you. Darren, we know, likes us to be motivating him in person. Push down is excellent for the tricep area, right back in through here. Want to make sure and do the movement very slowly. Good.
Yeah, self-motivation is tough sometimes, but headphones do help.
That's great.
Kiana and Kay should be motivating enough, I think, for the guys out there.
I hope so. Okay, let's move on to the last exercise right over here. How about you, Darren? How do you stay motivated?
Basically, it's really up to the individual. You can train with a partner, which is great for motivation, but the bottom line is they really have to come from you, from inside of yourself.
That's a good point. I know when I first started training, I hired a personal trainer myself, and I wanted to make sure and use proper form and learn the correct techniques. And then as I progressed, I had training partners meet me at the gym, and I was more likely to go because they're waiting for me. Now I can train by myself. I'm fine. Now finishing off here with the French press, it's excellent. You want to make sure and keep the elbows directly over the shoulder. Slow range of motion. If she needs a spot, I can help her out right here. So remember, flexi-peelers, hiring a personal trainer is an excellent way to get started in the gym so you feel comfortable and use proper form. And training with friends helps keep you motivated and have fun at the same time. Fact or fiction? Fact or fiction? Fact or fiction? Hey, flexi-peelers, fact or fiction? You should exercise at a lower intensity to maximize fat loss. Fiction, it does not. In general, higher intensity exercise for the same amount of time requires more energy, therefore burning more fat. Makes sense, huh? So if you have a choice between a 30-minute low-intensity aerobic workout versus a 30-minute high-intensity aerobic workout, the high-intensity workout burns the most fat. Thanks for joining us today on Kiana's Flexi-Peel. But don't go away yet. Let's take a look at what's coming up next week.
In our home gym workout, it's a circuit training workout for the total body. In our Aquaflex segment, I'll show you exercises that you can do right in the pool for the lower body. In cross training, we're working to improve the golf putt.